The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. I am Kurt Cross. We are here live at DeMatha for the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha in Hyattsville. We just saw a heck of a game, but more so than the game, we have a heck of a coach right here who's joining us on the podcast right now. I've been in a gym with him a million times, like literally a million times. I've called a bunch of games that he's been a part of. I have not been able to talk to him personally, but right now I'd like to welcome to the podcast Coach Bruce Kelly. How are you doing, Coach Kelly?
I'm fine, but you're my hype man. I got to get you around me more. I need you to talk to my boss. That's what I need. Right
Is that
there.
what you need? Well, look,
yes, sir.
You got a beautiful campus over there at Bullis. I've actually only been there twice. My son plays for Landon on the freshman team this past
all right,
year.
man, I'm gone.
I'm
I'm gone.
Well, y'all got the best of us in the basketball game, but I think he got the best of y'all on the tennis court this past year.
Yes, they did. Landon's always been very good. The old coach, Mac Jacoby, great man, is no longer with us.
Right.
Longtime coach, and Landon's always been good at tennis. Always have been.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, I've seen you more so on Military Road, because I do call the PA, I do PA announcing for the games at St. John's, so I've seen you down there for Be Hand Strong, I've seen you down there for Mayhem on Military, and all that good stuff. But, Coach, you walk into this gym, you've seen more basketball than most people in this gym have seen. You've got non-IAC championships. You won the private school tournament this past season. You won the IAC championship this past season. Heck of a battle with Georgetown Prep this year, right?
Yes, sir. They were good. They were really good.
Coach, I'm not going to ask you how you do it all these years. You love the game. You coach your players up. What is it you're looking to get out of Summer League?
Okay. That's a wonderful question. My friend and fellow coach Paul DiStefano.
Come on, we know him.
Yes, indeed. Paulie D told me this was his 50th Summer League basketball season.
Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable, right?
It makes us look like we don't know anything,
like
right?
Like pups. So, I believe in it. I think you get game experience.
Right.
Like that game right there. It wasn't a beautifully played game,
right,
but it was competitive. It was tough. You have to go through adversity. We have tremendous respect for DeMatha. They were missing their two guards, but they're always going to bring it. They're always going to play hard. And we have one player who scored significant points for us last year. It's Xavier. Nobody else on that court tonight played large, meaningful minutes for Bullis. So tonight was everything we could possibly want as a growth experience, except getting the W.
Right. Well, you've got three guys in double figures, so you're balanced there. I see one kid that has a handful of turnovers we'd like to get back, but one turnover here, one turnover there. You got some steals. You're distributing the ball well because you're getting good assists. Are you expecting your players to come in this summer and bring back something different this year than they had last year? You want them to add to their game each summer, I assume.
Well, they're all new.
Okay,
right? So
right.
that's really the learning for us is that we graduated 7 seniors last night, all Division I players, good players. So we're at ground zero. We are starting, but there's a lot of good young players out there.
Right.
There's 3 sophomores starting.
Right.
And we have a freshman come off the bench who played really well, Dylan Sard. So we're walking out of here understanding Summer League, and it's about getting better. And the Bulldogs are better now than they were an hour and a half ago. I'll tell you that.
I love that, but there's no better guy to learn from than you over there. And we're in Potomac, right?
Yes, sir.
We're over there in Potomac. Coach, look, like I said, I've watched you on the sidelines a lot. Your teams will always compete. They'll always compete. You added some pieces this year. Can I talk about some pieces you've added?
Please do.
Mr. Finley Billy.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling about that guy?
Is it Finley Billy or Billy Finley? What is it?
You know what? When I had to call his name on Military Road,
hard.
I got mixed up. He's got great parents.
Yes.
They're always going to be in the stands. They're going to be your biggest cheering section. What is he bringing to your team? He's got experience.
Yes.
But with a young team, starting at ground zero, what are you looking for him to contribute?
When Finn was looking for schools, because he wanted an opportunity to showcase his skills.
Right.
St. John's is so loaded, and he just wanted to find a place to play more. So we wanted all of Finn.
Right.
We wanted all of Finn, the leadership, the maturity, he's battle-tested through a great program from the Catholic League, St. John's. Coach Behan and Coach O'Connor are great coaches.
Absolutely.
So we wanted all of what he had to offer, and man, did he come up big for us tonight. I mean,
Right.
He played physical defense and hit a couple of threes late in the game.
I saw that big three late, yeah.
And I just wish we would have gotten him to get that last one, too. That would have been nice.
Right. Okay, so, historically, you look at DeMatha, you remember Mackin from back in the day.
Oh, my God. Paulie D coached him, Mackin.
Right.
Coach Johnny Dawkins.
Right, so you
Dominique
know these
Presley.
teams. You know the history behind basketball in the D.C. region. The lines have gotten a little bit blurred lately. We're not just looking at WCAC teams. We're looking at MAC teams. We're looking at, on the women's side, we're looking at ISL teams. We're looking at IAC teams. I think I know the formula, and I'm going to call it great coaching. But what do you think it is that's blurring those lines, and it's no longer a D.C. area where just the WCAC rules?
I think there's so many good players,
Right.
in the grassroots programs.
Okay.
Right, whether it be the obvious ones would be a Team Takeover, a Durant,
Right.
Team Thrill, DC Premier, and I'm leaving people out. There
Right.
are so many good players that families want a chance for their kid to play,
Okay.
and so it's been proven. Like with some success of ourselves, St. Stephen's back when Mike was there was tremendous.
Right.
Obviously, Coach Singletary at Sidwell Friends
Doing a
is just
wonderful
doing a
job.
wonderful job. So, and guys are going to college from these other schools, and you're leaving out, some of the schools that, and the name of the conference escapes me. It's Riverdale Baptist, Springdale Prep,
Right, the New
Clinton
Hopes and all
Christian,
those.
Clinton Christian. Those guys are legit.
Yes. Yeah, they're absolutely. Some independent conference, whatever, but Shabbat Christian,
Yes.
all of those schools
Yes.
out there are doing a great job. I'm fortunate that I get to get behind the mic and I see a lot of these teams. Glenelg Country Day, they're another one of those
Good.
schools, right? But you have, schools like St. Stephen, St. Agnes, and you don't have to go to a DeMatha or Gonzaga, which Ergo's here.
Yes, sir.
Ergo's here.
Yep.
So we're looking at a different Gonzaga now. My very good friend, Steve Turner. Best of luck to him down Mount Verde. But let's get over to Gonzaga. What does a program like Gonzaga do now to get on, not get on the mat, but to be, super competitive? New coach, and as you know, some families or players, they get a little tentative when you get a new coach. They did graduate 5 seniors.
Very good seniors.
Right,
And they finished second in the area. They were ranked in the top 20 in the country all season long.
Exactly.
I think, quite honestly, the folks at Gonzaga have to give Keith a little grace.
Right.
Give him a little time.
Right.
They remember that as good as Steve Turner has been,
Right.
his first year was hard.
Right.
And I think even Steve would admit that, and then he figured it out.
Right.
Keith Ergo's going to figure it out. Gonzaga's Gonzaga. They've been great for 50 years. They've been great. So
Right.
I wouldn't expect anything less than them being right back at the top in a short amount of time. Doing it next year, it might be hard.
Right.
Just because they lost so much.
Right.
But no one's feeling sorry for Gonzaga. No one's feeling sorry for
I
them.
know Glenn Ferrello might have something to say about that, because that
My
guy,
man, he brings it.
he brings it.
Yes.
I think over there you're looking at, Bishop O'Connell, they didn't, do as well as they wanted to, but St. John's, they didn't graduate a whole heck of a lot. So, we've got great basketball here. And I think, in the WCAC at least, it's the best $5 you can spend on a night, right?
Amen. Amen.
You absolutely can. Are we going to see you in Mayhem on Military again?
Would not miss it.
Are we going to see you Bayhand Strong?
Yes, would not miss it. Would not miss it. It's just, you know what? Because Mark Stern is involved with this Capital Hoop Summer League. He's involved with DMV Live. And when it's a Stern production, it's going to be done well. And that's the place to be in DC basketball. And I want Bullis to be where it's
Right.
where the action is. We want to be there.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark was gracious enough to give us a table here. We'll be at DMV Live. I'm always at Bayhand Strong. I'm always at, Mayhem on Military. So we expect to see you there. Coach, I don't ask for predictions. How are you feeling about the upcoming season? I'm not going to ask you who's going to win the IAC and all that, but how do you feel about this upcoming year?
It's so much fun.
Okay.
And it's just, we're at Bullis, so we're not going to be loaded every year.
Okay.
Let me take that back. We were so good these last couple of years that it was just it was a different dynamic that people were coming after us.
Okay.
Now we're a growth, get better. We're going to be really good by the time it counts.
Okay.
We're probably going to have some things happen to us that just you scratch your head because you're playing so many young players.
Right.
But the young players are good. They're talented. I really enjoy coaching these guys. So it's brought a lot of excitement to me and really invigorated because I want to be a part of their process to get better.
You still love it, Coach Kelly?
Oh, my God. No place I'd rather be. It's Friday night,
right?
And this is where I want to be.
Well, you got a secret weapon. You got DeStefano sitting next to you.
Amen to that. But don't discount a couple of the others, like Glenn Stokes, who was a great player at American U. Taylor Jenkins, who was a good player for Bullis in South Alabama.
Yeah.
And then Nicky Sparacino, who wasn't with us tonight, but he's another. So the coaches, I'm lucky because clearly not a one-man show.
I talked about family, but I got to talk about something else. Coach, you wouldn't know this about me. 24 years I coached girls basketball.
Good for you.
I coached in the PVAC, I coached Montgomery County, I coached Trinity College women's, always women's basketball. But my first 7 years I coached football. You know someone who I coached, Mr. Sean Tracy. I coached that kid.
You saw him with us?
I saw him with you tonight. I've known Sean. I've kept up with him at BCC. So happy for his success over there. But now what does someone like Sean bring to your program?
Well, we got to figure it out.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Sean is a Bullis alumnus.
Of course.
And he's coming home.
Uh-huh.
But we have a full coaching staff.
Right.
And so we're not sure. Sean might take the first year off so he gets acclimated to the teaching load and teaching responsibility. He's got 3 beautiful daughters. I don't know if you saw them.
They were sitting right with me.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so, he's got to be a dad first. But we're going to use his expertise, use his knowledge, and we're still in negotiations.
There's a Landon kid right there.
Well, we won't hold it against him, man. We won't hold it against him.
Coach Kelly, I want to thank you for joining me. I'll see you no later than that first week in December for Mayhem on Military.
You're going to be here DMV Live, right?
I'm going to see you all throughout Summer League. I'll see you at DMV Live, yes.
Hey, thank you so much, and I thank you for what you do for the game.
I try.
And for these kids, it's another way of promoting high school basketball in the DMV. So thank you.
Coach Kelly with the Bullis Bulldogs, 9 IAC championships. He won the private school tournament this year. He won the IAC this year, and he's coming for more. He's not done yet. Thanks so much, Coach.
You're my hype man. Thank you.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.